Hello, everyone. Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. How's everybody doing? You're watching Coffee with Ray. Good stuff. Yeah. Freezing cold this morning. My goodness. It was 33 degrees out there, and I am freezing. But did my walk, loved it. It was great. And life is good. Yeah, my fingers are all kind of chilly. So, good stuff this morning. Loving it. So, hey, Sherry, how you doing? So, man, Chantel, good morning. Is it cold where you guys are living right now? Man, it's cold here. In fact, later today, it's supposed to get down to 29 degrees. So I'm going to be going out there and covering up my garden and making sure she doesn't freeze or anything. I've got broccoli coming in still. I've got my tomatoes still coming in and everything. And from what I read, from what I see, tomatoes will continue to grow all the way into December if you take care of them. And so today I'm dragging out all the sheets and everything. I'm going to be covering up my tomatoes, my broccoli, and I even think I've got some yellow squash still coming in and stuff. So it is freezing. We got a cold front coming in here. So, hey, Angry Taco, how you doing? So, but yeah, good stuff this morning. I am really looking into teaching and helping folks with mental preparedness. This is something that I have really been digging into these last several months, and it's something that I am noticing in the prepper community that is severely lacking. And like it or not, what's happened is that over the years and everything, over the ages, we have become mentally soft. Now, and I say that, we might be strong in some areas and good at this, but what we are lacking is a good all around hardcore mental fortitude. And so this is something that deeply concerns me, because my concern is if SHTF happens, then I think a lot of people in the prepper community are going to be folding up like cheap lawn chairs and retreating to the corner in the fetal position, sucking their thumb, because they've done great. They've got all their beans, bullets, and band-aids, their Bibles, and so forth, but they haven't prepared this. And in today's day and age, we have become very soft when it comes to this. And if we are soft in an SHTF situation, we will not make it, period. So, it's very, very concerning to me, and I've been really racking my brain. What can I do to help people and get things moving so they are mentally strong? And again, this kind of goes back to a lot of the research that I've been doing on the Great Depression. And during the Great Depression, people were very strong mentally, and they just got it done. And they didn't fold up. They didn't just didn't quit. And so they achieved their goals. They were able to do it. And it's those sort of people who made it through the Great Depression. Now, am I saying that it was all rainbows and unicorns? Heck no. It was hard. It was difficult, but people made it because they had strong determination, strong mental fortitude, and some grit. So, it's crazy out there. And I think that teaching mental fortitude, teaching people how to have grit and how to have the wherewithal to get through some of these things is something that is severely lacking in the prepper arena. So something that I have done, and I'm kind of pulling a survey together to see what is going on out there, what people think. And that is, I've created a meme here asking people, I'm thinking about opening up a group where I help folks like yourselves with a 1950s diet, a core 4 system, and becoming a better you. And what I need to know from folks is if they're interested in everything, because I'm looking at investing some money into a website to build a website to help teach this sort of thing. This is something that I've been doing for a long time. For those of you who know, I've been operating and working the Core 4 system now for about 5 years. It has severely impacted my life. I've seen growth. I've seen mental fortitude. I've seen wherewithal just grow within me, and I know that if crap hits the fan, me and my family will make it. And another thing is that long time ago, I actually wrote a book on the keto diet. I used to teach keto diet. I had I had certifications and all that other stuff. But one of the hard things with keto, even though I believe in it, it is not a maintainable diet. And if we are going to make changes, we need to change a lifestyle that is maintainable. A lot of these other diets that are out there that I've been looking into and everything just are not maintainable. And so what something that I did kind of spurring off of a keto or something is what I'm calling the 1950s diet. And folks, I am doing it. It has helped me greatly. And so I have been, digging through and looking at what people ate during the 1940s and 1950s. And that's what I have been eating. That's what we eat here at the Moore home is a very clean diet. And when you eat a very clean diet, you naturally lose weight. And then a lot of people think they need to hit the gym hard and all this other stuff. And it's been interesting since I've been doing my 75 hard challenge. I have seen my weight drop exceedingly just because I'm walking. That's all I'm doing, folks, is just walking. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not doing anything strenuous or anything like that. I get up in the morning and I drink a coffee with some protein powder. I found a great protein powder that's in my coffee. It's something that even Cynthia's doctors have promoted for her. I don't know if she's ever told you or anything, but she did the whole stomach thing and everything. But her doctors actually suggested this one sort of protein powder. And it's something that I've been using and drinking and everything. Another thing that I've used in the morning time is something called a bulletproof coffee. And I have a very good recipe for that. But the interesting thing is that when I am drinking my high protein coffee or I'm doing a bulletproof coffee, I'm not hungry. I'm doing great. And in fact, it's around 1 o'clock or so that I am then finally eating something. But what I am doing is by just having these things in the morning time, I'm extending my intermittent fasting period, which if you've done any research on intermittent fasting, it really helps with your body. And again, it goes back to those days of the 1940s, 1950s, and how they ate, how they, maintained their health and everything, and is a form of intermittent fasting. And you're like, oh, intermittent fasting, it seems to be the buzzword. But this is something that folks did in the 40s and 50s, and it was part of their daily routine. And so I've really integrated that. And I've been doing bulletproof coffee now, gosh, 6, 7 years. And so it's something that works. But I'm wanting to teach these things. And I think it's important that when you combine all these things together, all of a sudden you start feeling a lot stronger. You're mentally stronger. You start seeing that you're able to push through some of the hardships and everything. And because you're thinking with a clear mind, your body is fed, you have purpose in your life, you are loving on your loved ones, and you're producing, all these different what I call side incomes and everything like that. And for most people, if you can imagine a juggler and everything, for most people, they can maybe juggle two balls because I break life down into four pieces, and you're able to maybe juggle two of those four. But if you don't have a system behind you, then you're going to drop the balls, especially when you start trying to juggle the four. But if you don't know how to juggle the four and everything, then eventually you're going to drop the balls. The key is long term, not short term. We're not in this for a sprint, we're in this for a marathon, and we're training ourselves now so that when SHTF does happen, we will push through it. It'll be like Noah and the ark. Noah wasn't on some pleasure cruise, folks. He was on his ark. It was going through a storm, 40 days and 40 nights of rain and everything like that. But he and his family had the mental fortitude, the grit, and determination to get through that. And they did. And so this is a big thing that I think the prepper community has severely lacked. And I talk to a lot of people. I really do. In Facebook groups, face to face, when I'm out at these conferences and these events and everything, I talk to a lot of people. And some of the questions I've been really hammering on mental fortitude. What are you doing for this? What are you doing for that? What do you do? And I'm finding that a lot of people are just basically dumbstruck and looking at me like deer in the headlights. Like, well, why should I care about that? I've got my beads, bullets, band-aids, and Bibles. And just because you have your physical stuff squared away doesn't mean you have your mental stuff squared away. And so by doing this system and teaching this system, I'm wanting to create and help people become more mentally fortitude. Now, the very selfish thing of me, and this is I want allies, not enemies. And so, and then on top of that, I really believe that our nation needs strong, mentally prepared people, because we are going to go through some hard times here soon. And if we are mentally strong, we are going to weather that storm. But I'm deeply concerned that a lot of people out there are not able to do this, because we've been so addicted to Netflix and sitting on the couch and stuffing our face full of junk crap that we've lost that ability. And the thing is, what people don't understand is mental fortitude, grit, and determination is a muscle. If you do not exercise that muscle, it weakens. It's just like going to the range. If you don't practice your handguns and shooting all the time, then you're going to fall to your lowest level of training. And if you're doing nothing in this area, you're going to fall to that lowest level. And so it's important to me that I create allies, not enemies. And I want to see this thing happen. So I'm really doing research. I'm really asking people, hey, is this something that you will commit to? Will you do this with me? And I want to build, I see in my mind a global mag group, in a sense. Not only will we be able to have people locally, but we're going to be able to have a network of people globally, or here maybe in the United States and stuff like that, to leverage and lean on and have that kind of brain trust, or that hive mentality. If you watch Star Trek, the Borg, they're all thinking as a collective and everything. Folks, Lone Rangers don't get it. They will not win. And I hate using this term, but it takes a village to survive. And that is the fact. And in every situation that I've researched, when you look at Argentina, when you look at Venezuela, when you look at Zimbabwe, when you look at a lot of these other countries that have gone through economic depression and economic collapse, is groups of people who work together, sharing ideas, sharing other things and everything. It's those people that have made it through. And so that is my goal. So I'm envisioning a nationwide MAG group where we can come together, share ideas, promote, all these different ideas, and then help each other, lift each other up, and continue to push forward. So, that's what, excuse me, dry mouth. That is what I am envisioning. I see something great. And by doing this, we will become better people. And that will then help us serve our families better, serve our communities better, serve our churches better, and then serve the bigger whole picture even better. America needs people like us right now. But if we're not there yet, how do we get there? And that's been my big question, is the how. How do we get there? And so I've been, doing this research. I'm really looking into building a website that will help promote this idea. I'm looking at putting an app in the website that will people can help track their core four. I'm looking at putting a section full of recipes of stuff that I eat, that I like, and everything. And again, my 1950s diet idea has been sustaining me now for some time. And folks, I mean, like it or not, if I fall off, if I'm not eating clean and I'm not eating and following my diet, which is super, super simple, because I'm not counting calories, I'm not counting macronutrients, I'm not counting anything. All I am doing is practicing what our great grandparents did in the 40s and 50s, and it is working. Because again, look at pictures. I challenge you, Google pictures of people in 1930s and 1940s. They all look great. I mean, were they going to the gym? Heck no. Were they just doing these massive Pilates exercises and all these other things? No, they weren't. They were just living day to day life. And yet they still looked great. They still had great trim bodies. They were doing outstanding. These people were able to achieve their goals, set their goals, and make stuff happen. And so this is why I'm really, really looking at this and putting my money behind this and building this, because I see a great need in the prepper community. And like it or not, what'll happen is you'll become the better you. And so I think this is important. But the thing is if we don't start practicing these things now, if we don't start doing these things now, that we will not make it through a Great Depression. And in fact, I was just reading this morning, I saw that it looks like the feds are going to keep rates high for a while. And I know it's hurting a lot of people. It's causing massive inflation. Food prices have gone up 30-40%, even though the US government statistic bean counters say it's only done 20% or 18%. Nah, bull hockey. These guys are not shopping at Kroger's or anything. They're not paying attention and things like that. So food prices are going up, everything is going up. And because the feds are going to maintain that high interest rate, and there's even a chance they may even raise it again in December. So that is going to severely hurt America. And yet what I want to do is, how can we help America? How can, it starts at the bottom. And so, I'm not looking at running for Congress or anything like that. That's bullcrap. What I am looking is, how can I help the people around me? How can I help those in my social circle and everything? How can we together become stronger, better, and become that better person and have that mental fortitude like our great grandparents did back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So I am looking into this. And so I really need your input, folks. I need to know, are you there? Are you wanting to be part of this? Are you going to help me and, become this? Do you want to be the better you? Do you? Or are you just happy sitting on the sidelines, and when crap hits the fan, you're going to fold like a cheap lawn chair? And so I've got a mission, and I see it clearly in my mind that we can make a difference. And the more people then that we bring in, the more people that we introduce to this and everything, the better. Because again, I want allies, not enemies. And so the more allies we have together and everything, the better that we are going to be. And so this is something that I wholeheartedly believe in. And if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you know this is kind of the direction that I've been talking about and the direction I've been seeing and everything, because I see a massive discrepancy. And if we don't do something starting now, then we're going to just fall by the wayside when crap hits the fan. And I don't want that to happen. So let's see who's here. I've been talking a lot and everything. We got Chantel, we've got Sherry, we've got Holly, we've got Sherry Hicks. Most heard about single parents in the aged. Yeah, I totally agree. There's a lot of people out there. It helps me to be in church every Sunday and serving two ministries every week. Yeah, these are the things that we need to do. We need to start reaching out to our community and everything. But a lot of times people just don't know how to do it because we're so addicted to this. And so, by learning what I'm wanting to teach and coach and everything, I think that we can do this together. 24 here. Kim, 24. Ugh, cold. Yeah, it's supposed to get down to 29 today. So Sherry says, it's been a while since I had a bulletproof coffee. They work, don't they, Sherry? They work. And I've got an insane recipe for that I've been drinking for a long time. I love it. I've augmented also, and I do a protein coffee. And I found that, like I said, I found this great protein drink that is actually specifically made for coffee. So I use True Nutrition protein powder, beef-based powder. I have I've been also adding to my drinks here collagen powder, because it's helping me with my joints, helping me with my fingernails and my hair, and but primarily my joints and stuff. So I also use a collagen powder, which again, I'll be glad to share that with you as well. Let's see. In the 50s, they mostly eat clean food, not full of stuff like this. Yeah, I totally agree. And that's what I've been doing and everything. But the problem is how do you find all these recipes? How do you find all this stuff? And I love old cookbooks, and that's what I'm constantly digging into, are my old cookbooks to help me find these great recipes. Holly says, I remember my mom saying they didn't have grocery stores in their area until the 60s. Yeah. And so by eating a proper diet, your body will naturally do what it needs to do. Get a good night's sleep, eat a clean diet, practice your core four, and you will be amazed at how much you're able to accomplish in the day. So, I mean, because I'm doing, and I've been doing it, and it helps. It really does. But this is something that I want to teach folks, and I think it's vitally important. So, so do me a favor. If this is something that you're interested in, do me a favor. Email me, ray@raymondmoore.com, MHOR.com, or put a heck yeah down at the bottom and everything. I've been seeing some of you already been responding to my posts and stuff saying heck yeah, but I really need to know, are you guys in this? Are you guys wanting to see a change in yourselves as well? Are you guys wanting to strengthen your mind, become mentally strong and stuff? I'd like to know your recipe for bulletproof. Our doctor put my hubby on a perfect aminos meal powder that makes shakes with. Yeah, I'll be glad to share that recipe with you, Sherry. Again, what I'm envisioning, because I've already been doing research on what can I do to build a website, and I think I found a great basically a website sort of thing that's plug and play, that I can plug in a lot of things. But one of the things I envision is putting in a lot of recipes, and even to the point where I'm considering doing, like a week recipes. Here's a week of recipes. You can choose to use them or not. It doesn't matter to me. But what I'm wanting to do is supply that information to you so that you can eat clean, you can eat healthy, and and then, and again, if you just do these things like our great grandparents did, the weight naturally falls off. I mean, I'm not really doing anything. I truly am not. I walk every morning. That's pretty much it. And then in evenings when I'm watching, we're on a Star Trek binge right now. So I got this little pedal machine. I'll just sit there and pedal and everything for the whole show. And that's my goal. Do the whole show while I'm pedaling. And, is it hardcore exercise? No, it isn't. But I am exercising the thighs and calves, which are massive muscles, which again helps burn fat, helps create a mild cardio and everything as well. So those are things that I do at night, and so it's working for me. I know it'll work for you, and so these are things that I'm wanting to share and teach and help. And I think by creating this website, we're all going to be able to encourage each other, share information with each other, share tips, tricks, and so forth. And then also track the core four, because I want to teach the core four in a big way, because core four has helped me immensely. And I accomplished so much and everything because I leverage the core four. I've been doing it, like I said, about 5-6 years, and it's been life-changing. It's now a habit with me. And so I want to teach you guys these habits as well. So that's everything I can think of here. Do me a favor, if you've seen my post here on Facebook or some of the other social medias or something like that, or email me, or even just right here in the description below, contact me. Let me know that this is something that you're interested in, and so that I can kind of get an idea of how many people are interested in doing this and everything. So, but Raymond Moore, Kilter Prepper, Coffee with Ray. We'll see you. Goodbye. God bless, and kilt on.